What are you looking at me for?
Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, yeah.
Happy Sunday.
Some of us are looking better than others.
Yeah, some of us are probably feeling better than others after all the driving today.
Very fresh face, Tom.
Yeah, as always, mate, on Sunday morning. Yeah, apologies to everybody that's joined us this morning. I literally did the artwork about an hour ago. So, yeah, we always do it on Sunday morning. So if there isn't any artwork waiting there or thumbnail on YouTube, there will be. So, yeah, we always do it on Sunday. But, yeah, thanks for coming on. Ian.
No, is that Ian or is that a cardboard cutout? Or is that what he looks like now? Who knows?
I've only got one thing to say to Ian.
Oh.
This is what happens when you're not driving, mate. See?
Oh, Rod.
Any excuse. People travelled far and wide yesterday to the meet.
Kept asking me, "Where's Rodders? He's the star of the show. Where's the big gun? Where's Rodders? Where's the cannon?"
How long is it for you, Ian?
Oh, quite a drive.
Was it?
Be like 4.5 hours or something, something like that. But I'm not driving at the moment, so I have to rely on other people.
I'd have come and got your son.
Could have got the train.
He didn't offer, mate. You know what I mean?
I bet if there was the best acropora in the land, you'd have made the effort yesterday.
I'd have got a private jet.
Yeah.
He'd have borrowed Rob's helicopter. Anyway, yeah. All right. Nice to see you on, though. Thanks for joining us. Feel privileged, as always. Matt Boy, all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Tired. Been a long day yesterday, but it was good fun. Love it.
Have you worked out how many miles you've travelled yet?
No, I don't even want to fucking ask, really.
I don't even want to know how much you've spent on fuel.
To be fair, I think I spent more on coral than I did in fuel, but I think that's what it's all about. Yeah.
That's probably a really good way to gauge whether you've had a good trip or not. You spent more on fuel than you have on coral when it's been a bad meet or a bad visit.
And to be fair, I've got to give the missus some credit because fucking hell, how she puts up with some of the shit we had to here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah. No, she's a keeper, mate. Definitely. Leroy, you all right? You look a little bit lost this morning.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just waking up still. As I say, I was up chatting till 1-2 o'clock. So
has John left now?
Yeah.
Did John leave yesterday, or did he stay last night?
As soon as we got back, because by the time we got back, we stopped till closing. We got chucked out. We wouldn't leave. Two of us drinking the cups of tea. But it was a really nice atmosphere there. But yeah. Well, John arrived about 4 o'clock Friday. So we're up with John till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning chatting shit. Then up at 6:30 for a shower, set off to meet you guys. Yeah. And then back here and
get overtaken on the motorway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to stop.
Yeah, you know that when he put his foot down to overtake you on the motorway, we had to stop and charge for that.
Yeah. I had to pull over and put fuel in as well because I only had like 30 miles left. Yeah. I made it in a petrol station. We don't let it down.
Always put washing machine on.
It ain't me for once. It's literally finished about 20 minutes ago.
I can hear someone though.
She's put the bath on. I've gone mute.
Brilliant. Okay.
But yeah, other than that, I'm all right.
Josh, nice to see you yesterday, mate. Nice to see you.
Yeah, it was good, mate. It was really nice to have a catch up with everyone.
Nice to
Actually, meet people as well, yeah.
For the first time,
really
definitely.
good.
That's what it's all about, I think, yeah.
Slightly annoying that he's quite tall, not going to lie.
He is.
Yeah, I'm still confused as to why everyone thought I was short.
Yeah. I thought he was about 5'4", 5'5".
Why?
Make myself feel better, I suppose.
If I was like sat down here or something, like on the streams, then maybe. But...
We don't know. You could be sat in cushions, Josh.
Yeah,
true. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, but.
Good to meet you, boy.
Oh, hello. What's happening here?
Hello.
Oh, hang on.
Getting off there now.
He's got a face full of Lee's boob.
Tell John to hold that camera steady, Lee.
Yeah, under the table, banging his head. So that's your LFS then where we were yesterday, Joshua, yeah?
It is, mate, yeah.
Experience.
20 minutes away, which is nice.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice little shot. The layout is amazing, to be fair. Probably one of the best I've ever seen, how it's been designed. Really good.
I think that was Howard's idea from day dot. He wanted it. The shop to him is like, yeah, it's a shop, and obviously we can go in, we can buy stock in that. But I think part of it to him is a hobby. Like, he enjoys the social side of it. He enjoys having all the different tanks. He enjoys a variety of things. And the whole point of having that sort of area with all the sofas and that was so that people can just go in. There's no need to go in and have to buy anything. It's just, do you want to go in and talk to people that are, you know, got the same interests as you? Yeah, great. Go and grab yourself a seat on the sofa, get a cuppa, and just sit and talk reefing, basically. So that was the whole intention for him. So having meets like yesterday sort of ticks his boxes, I think, which is perfect.
Yeah, he was definitely set up for it.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
To me, it were like the old school Reefers shops. Like when I was a kid and I used to go around out fish shop for my dad, that's all he used to do. It wasn't a matter of going in, buy. It were come, sit, have a chat, meet people. And it was a really good community back when I were, 5 or 6. And it all seemed to fizzle out over the last, 20 years. So walking into a shop like that and getting that kind of welcome was really great for me. It was like taking me back to old days. And Howard just seemed like one of old school fish keeping shops managers, and it was brilliant. Really, really good day for me. Sorry,
yeah, I love the little lounge area. There's a few different tanks in there as well. It was quite chilled, wasn't it? It was nice.
Yeah.
Right, when you lot left, there were me, Rob, Amanda, John, and Tim just sat round chilling, getting 3 cups of coffee and just talking fish and stuff. It was really good. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal it from the.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're talking about some of the people that you've just mentioned that yesterday that were also in the chat. So let's just go straight in and say good morning. And thanks again of those 50 of you that have joined us this morning so far. First one in the house.
Good day.
Good day. Yes, you did beat John W.
Yes.
Morning, Melinda. And yes, John Boy.
John Boy, missed you yesterday, mate.
Yeah. Let's have a look. I didn't write this clearly.
Hey? That's nice. Oh, thanks, Tom. Oh, thanks,
and he continued farting in the car all day yesterday and blaming me.
Good lad.
Mo, morning.
Morning, Mo.
Good morning.
Well, blamed the dog at one point, and the dog weren't even in the car.
Yeah, you were. Harry, he's also referred to as, what is it now? Harry Bow.
Harry Bow.
Good morning, Harry Bow.
99p for a fistful.
That's the one. Yeah. Sweet and fizzy. Morning, Harry. Hope you're good. Liam, morning.
Here he is.
Morning.
Morning.
To tell you somebody wasn't going to buy anything, he certainly walked out with 2 bags of stuff.
Yeah. With his missus and his wonderful kids.
Yeah, nice to see Jazz and the kids as always. Definitely. You're going to have to help me out here because I'm really flagging.
You're only reading out people's names.
Morning, Reefy Reese. Hope you're good. Nice to see you in the chat. You what, Rodders?
Said you're hanging, mate.
I'm not hanging. I'm just really tired, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's not biting. He's not biting this morning. Before anyone says anything, he's not biting this morning.
Yeah, there's no biting.
No. Tired.
Gaza.
Morning, Gaz.
Thought I would have seen Gaza yesterday. Morning. Will be good. What else we got? Will M. Good morning from the States. Wow. Must be early hours.
Or extremely desperate for reefing streams in America to tune into this at that time. Yeah.
Nobody else must be doing one. Nobody must be the only one. Can't be.
Nice one, Will. Nice one, mate.
Who else we got in here? Oh, Dave's here. Nice to see you yesterday, mate. Yeah, it was great.
Talking about you earlier, Dave. Yeah, unbelievable. Disgusting, mate.
I feel awful now. Which one, Dave?
Dave Bensley's not welcome at any more Reefers Network meetups, mate, unfortunately.
Which one was Dave? He'd got the West Ham hoodie on. He looked like a really old Milky Bar kid.
Nothing wrong with that.
The bleak blonde guy.
Sorry, Dave. First thing that popped into my head, mate.
To be fair,
now.
for a rusty iron,
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get to talk to you.
No, top man, Dave.
he's a nice lad. Unfortunately, he's a rusty iron.
Yes. Who else we got in here? Anthony's here. Morning, Anthony. Hope you're good. Happy Sunday. Neil, as always, regular. Nice to see you, mate. Hope you're good.
Morning.
Morning, Neil.
Oh, What's got in here? Stu's here. Morning, Stuart.
Morning, Stu.
Here
She is.
The
The piss head.
Did you hear about that, Tom?
What?
I turned up, got there probably about 9:30, and Amanda come across, but she introduced herself as Susan because she wasn't going to give me her real name because she didn't want to wear the bloody hat.
We sorted that in the end, thanks to him.
Yes. And do you know what? All those badges in that hat suited her perfectly well.
Go on, Lee.
Tim and John turned up. I walked straight over to Matt. So hi, Matt. Looked, I went, what's it like being sober? Then she went, how did you know it was me? I'll tell you when I'll call Susan because I didn't want to wear a hat.
On her Facebook, that's why.
He knows where everybody lives.
Of course he is.
I was just being polite and thought I think I know who you are, but I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Do you know what? Fair play to her. She turned up on her own. You know, very much a male-dominated sort of reef experience, and she cracked on, had a good laugh. She was great, mate.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Amanda.
Yeah, very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Now we finally know what is in the bottles next to the tank after speaking to her.
Yeah, piss, wasn't it?
No.
Oh.
It's vodka.
Oh, vodka.
For vodka dosing.
Sorry, vodka.
Behave. Morning, Gary Neal. Morning. Hope you're good.
Gary. I'm intrigued about Gary's tank. He never ever. I want to know the size and the age of it, Gary.
He did. He mentioned the other day. It's Aqua One.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I think he'll be, if he hasn't already, he'll be getting a DM from Ronald for a tank tour on that one. It does look like a good tank. Mr. Fox is with us. Good morning. Good morning.
Steve.
Hope you're good. You're all right there.
I feel better now.
Dave's Reef, morning. Hope you had a good day yesterday. Yes, we did. Thank you.
What a surprise that he shows up. Look. Oh, how ironic.
Another West Ham fan.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Look.
If Rod isn't going, I'm not going. If Ben's not going, I'm not going.
He's normally my designated driver.
I've not hold his hand.
Normally my designated driver.
Steve's here. Morning, Steve. Hope you're good.
Steve not coming yesterday. I know he couldn't make it, but still disappointing.
Yeah.
But good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Steve. Here he is.
Rapist.
Yeah, Timothy.
Morning, bro.
Yeah, thanks for doing the camera. Some of the camera shots yesterday. Really good.
Really good pictures. Then.
What a legend he is.
He is a legend. He is. Who else we got in here? Juppers. Morning. Hope you're good.
Morning, mate.
He could have travelled up from Leeds.
Could have.
What can I fix him up on way past?
Yeah. What, in the boot?
No, his latest victim is in there.
Yeah, I was going to say his latest victim's in the boot. His new toilet's in the boot, which he got yesterday. Yeah.
Got a new bog.
Got a new toilet. I'll tell you that in a bit.
I don't want to know what happened to the old one.
Oh, dear. No, he's keeping it. He's using both, probably.
Oh, right. So,
I want one in cellar, one upstairs, so I don't have to keep going up and down.
I thought you should say you put a cheek on each.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Morning, Alan. Hope you're
Morning
good.
Morning out.
Matt Walters.
Morning, Matt.
Another mate of mine. Just started up again.
Yeah.
Quality.
Are you paying these people in for friends or?
Mate, come on.
Just bot accounts.
Yeah. AI. Oh dear. Morning, Jamie. Hope you're good.
Morning, mate. There's one sore head I know
of. So Tommy didn't have the squits in the end. He couldn't come.
Let down.
I know, disappointing.
Morning,
Tommy. These people, aren't
yeah. Morning to you both. And we've got DC Reefing in the house. That's a new one.
I've seen that before. I've seen that person somewhere before.
Have you? Okay. Nice to see you.
I went and hung his Stratton up. I sent you a picture, I think, last week.
Hung his what?
Stratton up.
Oh, Stratton. Right.
Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate the support as always. Sylvester's here. Sylvester Reef. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. I think we are almost there.
Oh, here he is.
Here he is.
Hey.
Tommy.
Scotland's funniest reef.
Finally meeting him for flesh.
we need to give a huge shout out to
Bernadette.
Bernadette's baking.
Oh, them cakes
That
are
was
amazing,
on
weren't
another
they?
level.
Did everyone try something of Bernadette's?
I think I tried everything.
I tried to get a Viennese swirl, but John had eaten about 5 before I got there.
Yeah, they were gone in a flash.
They were just gone. I think everybody just homed in on the Viennese swirls.
I wasn't so lucky as to get a Viennese swirl, but I had one of our brownies. Well, actually, I had 2. Actually, I had 3, and it was a proper brownie, one that sticks all around your gob as you're eating it. Lovely, proper brownie.
Unbelievable cakes.
Yeah, they were really good. And thanks ever so much to Bernadette for doing those.
And it was good to see Ronald the Rat, wasn't it, as well?
Oh, you're calling him Ronald Rat now, aren't you? He thinks he looks like Roland Rat for some reason. Anyway.
He's another tall lad.
Yeah. But I think, I look closely at his shoe. I think he had heel raisers in his shoes.
No, it was just high heels gave it away for me. Stilettos. Anyway.
But how great to meet him finally.
Yes.
What a lad.
We want to meet him.
Dirt Devil.
Devil's Reef, good morning. Hope you're good. Simon, yes, please hit that like button if you don't. And already, please do. Simon's here. Morning.
Morning, Simon. First person we met yesterday.
Yeah.
Morning, buddy.
Top lad. He was a really nice bloke, him.
Oh,
really
Salty
nice
Sign here as well. Nice seeing his lad yesterday. Yep. Salty Sign.
Morning.
Nice to see you both.
Salty Sign, nice to meet you and your son yesterday.
Yeah.
The next generation of reefer.
Yeah, definitely. Stu's Reef is in the house as well. Got a few more coming in now. Morning to Hixie. Are you coming to the Midlands? Are we going to the Midlands?
We should do.
What would you class as the Midlands?
Birmingham.
Yeah.
North of Birmingham, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, Aqua's
we
going to
said
be
about Tees Reef, haven't we, before?
Birmingham. Yeah.
But,
probably built towards the back end of the year because we've got Love to Reef, which everybody's looking forward to in May. We've got SAF in June.
I mean, someone has made a good point this morning that Tom should post the Reefers Network calendar so people can plan their family days or family weekends or whatever.
Of course, I should spend even more time.
Well, you don't really do a lot. Constantly give it but I'll tell you what, he's an extremely good exaggerator. What is it? You've done a million things this morning, haven't you? 1,000,002 things this morning he's done.
Yeah, but what are the important things? The 2. What are the 2s that you've done?
Well, I don't know. He's only been up half hour. No.
You know, the millions in exaggeration, he's actually only done 2 things.
Oh, thanks, Lee.
Come on, you're not biting this morning. You've already told us. You're tired.
Hixie, to answer your question, well, I can't. You're asking when, but we are. But it will be towards the back end of the year. So it'll be before Christmas. It will be probably after Aqua in September. You're probably looking October, November.
Well, Aqua is Coventry. That's Midlands, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to come to any of the others, Tom's going to post them up. Probably do it this afternoon, wouldn't you?
Ain't been doing nothing else all morning.
Yeah, says him. Says Scarlett.
See, the thing is, because we've got.
He's only on because Steve Fox told him to.
Well, if he should have been there yesterday, really.
Definitely, if he was a true reefer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get the Top Gun in. Do you know what I mean?
If you're a proper friend, they'd make the effort, wouldn't they? Look at Johnny drove for 7 hours.
Good job I'm not a proper friend then, isn't it?
Yeah. Morning, Milo. Hope you're good. Hope you're good.
Only joking here, but...
Morning.
Morning.
Critical Reefer. Morning, Reefers. Hope you're all good. Can't watch stream. Got to take kids to kid's birthday. Wish me a luck. Catch up on the stream later. We need to talk pasties, Critical Reef, because apparently you're the pasty man. And I want to try some of these pasties. So you need to DM me. We need to talk about your pasties.
Enough, I nearly went for a pasty on the way when we stopped at one of them 400 places we had to charge your car up. But I went for KFC instead.
You had to charge up after trying to beat a 1 litre car in a race.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Right, that is everybody we have said good morning to. So only took us 20 minutes. So, okay. So it seems though Ian wasn't there. We'll skip Ian for a minute. He's just sort of filling in on the subs bench.
I'm only here for Ian.
Matt, Matt, highlighter yesterday at the meet. Anything that stands out?
I'm going to say Meet and Ron's got to be up there because that
Ooh.
was quite something. And them cakes was definitely something. But no, the store, the layout, I thought the layout was really, really good. I thought Howard was really, really welcoming. His staff were spot on. And is it his wife?
Yes.
She was making cups of teas and coffees, like
She was lovely, wasn't she?
a coffee shop, wasn't she? She was spot on. So there was no complaints from me.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Leroy?
As I said a bit back, it were like an old school shop. It were nice. There were no, don't get me wrong, I love AAC, and AAC is a fantastic shop, which is obviously his first meet. And that's what we're going to compare it to straight away.
Yeah.
The relax, it's more a hell of a lot more relaxed there. And the fact that there's a seating area, you can sit down, have a chat. Howard came and chatted with us for a while. I got chatting for 45 minutes with one of the members of staff about fish, and the whole thing took me back to how it was when I used to go around with my dad when I was a kid. For me, it was an amazing experience to actually be in that kind of environment again, and obviously meeting all you guys, getting to see Tom, because obviously Tom's amazing. What he does for this network is fantastic, and we should applaud him for his effort and hard work.
You booked for next Friday. Well done. Yeah. Leroy's on next Friday, everyone.
How much did that cost?
He's letting me fit his trident for him. That's what it is.
Yeah, I am actually.
That's good.
But yeah, meeting Ron was superb. We're really looking forward to meeting Ron and catching up with everyone. I'm meeting Josh, because I spoke to Josh for a while on and off, but never even thought I'd meet him. And yeah, so Jamie Sodom, that is your local. I know it's not really heavily focused as like AAC is, but still, the atmosphere there is phenomenal. I was really, really impressed with it. So yeah,
No, it was. I think the other thing with about that seating area that you mentioned is a lot of shops wouldn't probably do that based on the fact they could probably use it as retail space to sell something there. But I think the fact that he's made that sort of sacrifice almost, I think fair play, because it really did. We've got some videos and some pictures to show yesterday that everybody shared, and thanks for those of you that did. But yeah, you'll see in a minute some of the from some of the pictures. It really makes it, ironically, more of an experience. So yeah, fair play. Josh, sorry, Lee. Josh, anything that stood out to you? Anything that you take from yesterday? Anything stand out? Anything that you thought was better than normal?
I think it was great that we all actually have got a chance to meet up. I've been saying to you for a while that it's the hobby in the northeast especially is struggling, and I think having an event like that up here gives us an opportunity to meet new people, have some new faces show themselves, because a lot of people will pop into the shop quite regularly, but it's only sort of an hour visit, so people will be passing ships, they might not actually see each other, and having that there means that potentially there's a little bit of a kickstart again to get things going back up here. But also it meant that we got to meet people that I've spoken to for years. Lee said there, we've spoken on and off for years online, but we've never actually met in person, so it was really nice. And yourselves, like, obviously I've still never met Drip until yesterday, so
meet him again yesterday again.
He was all right. I reckon we'll go for a second. Yeah. But it was brilliant. It was class, like to actually see people in person. Having Ron come down from Scotland as well, it was just great. So yeah, the highlight for me was definitely the social side of it. Came away with a few little tiny bits, but only bits just to tie me over for now. So nothing massive to write about in terms of like stock that I brought home. But yeah, the whole thing was just about meeting up with people, and it definitely ticked that box.
And let's talk about the elephant in the room while we're talking to you. You've got a big glass box behind you that's now empty.
Yep, that one.
That one. Okay. So what's the plan? I know you briefly told me. For everybody watching, what's the plan?
So I've got a decent following on Instagram, and I feel quite privileged to have it. And I think we've talked about for a while about how the hobby's becoming increasingly expensive and more and more inaccessible. Well, it appears to be more and more inaccessible anyway. As much as I've loved doing the Aqua Reef, it's got a lot of high-end equipment on it. It's had some nice corals in there as well. But as much as it looks good on Instagram, it's not very beginner friendly, and it's not very inspiring for a lot of people to maybe like dip their toes into the hobby. And And I'm someone that spends quite a lot of time doing other things. You know, I'll go out, especially when summer comes around, I'll barely be around the reef. So there's two reasons why I'm changing back to a smaller reef. I want to have something that is much more manageable for me, and I can just look at and go, I really like that. Whereas, you know, if you're going for an acro-dominated reef, you've got to pay it a lot of attention. And if you're not paying it attention, things don't look as good. Things don't look as good. You get a little bit disillusioned. So that was the first reason. And then secondly, I want to kind of try and use my platform to, you know, encourage people back into the hobby. People that will look at the tanks and sort of go, well, can I achieve a really nice reef tank? And the only ones that seem to be getting all the media attention are the ones that are full of high-end acros, high-end equipment. And I kind of want to go back the other way and go, do you know what? I'm going to do a really good job of a reef, make it look absolutely fantastic with a very simple setup, and show people that it is really accessible. And, you know, hopefully it might inspire some people to come back into the hobby. So yeah, there's two reasons behind it. One's for ease of use for me, and secondly, I want to try and, you know, boost people back into the hobby again. It'd be really nice to see people go, I can do a small tank. Small tank's achievable. Financially, it's achievable, and it looks really good as well. So yeah, so the 200's going when someone wants to take it on. It's shut down clean, so if anyone wants a Red Sea Reef for 200, come and get it. It's sat there. And then I'm going to be hopefully going to a Reef Casa Laguna.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's an exclusive.
An exclusive.
That is. I mean, I knew, obviously, because me and you are best mates. But that is an exclusive. That's the first time you've said it.
Say it again, Ian.
Is it the one with the false bottom?
False bottom? No.
Okay.
No, it's basically so similar to the tank I got there. I think that's 60 by about 45. It's, you know, the IM Nouveau Lagoon 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically the same.
I've got a picture of it here for you. You say it's called the Laguna, yeah?
Laguna, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to look good, that, mate.
I'm really looking. There we go.
I knew it.
Laguna.
In my head, I thought of that.
You should have put up a Renault Laguna.
Sorry, mate. Go on.
Do you know what, Josh? I think you might even get rejuvenated a little bit in the hobby. Do you know what I mean?
100%, mate.
I get the romance. I get the romance, totally.
Mate,
so what's going? Sorry, Josh, going to carry on.
No, go on.
What's going in it? Is it going to be mixed?
Yeah, it is. So, I mean, the amount of times I've like walked into an LFS or walked into someone else's house and seen that a reef tank and thought, oh, I'd really like to have that coral, really like to have that coral. And there's tons of different corals that I've just sort of gone, I really want that. But when you've got like a high flow, highlight reef, a lot of the corals would struggle with that. So I've just sort of always avoided them and just gone, I'm going to go with the aesthetic of an SPS reef. And there's been a few times I toyed with putting things in there and I've just never done it. And I thought, you know what, this time round, let's just put everything I like in there. You know, we'll have softies, we'll have zoas, we'll have LPS, SPS. Yeah, the one on the left-hand side there.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice size.
Yeah, and the good thing as well is that, like, obviously you can see how like high up this tank is. If I'm stood up, I'll start at you can see I'm not short now, look. So you can see how low down the tank is. So one of the things I think. Say again.
Is it on the floor?
Is it on the floor? Yeah, almost. Yeah, my ankles are just down next to that. Yeah, like one of the things I quite like is when you go into like LFSs and stuff, and you get the top down in all the tables. The top down view of the corals is amazing, and having it nice and low down like that, it's gonna be perfect. I can see in the top, turn the flow off, look down in the top. You'll get a nice view all the way around the outside of it. So yeah, I mean, it is definitely, hopefully, gonna tick, you know, a few more boxes that I haven't ticked yet. I've always had a bit of an affinity with shallow tanks, and I've always thought, oh well, I want a big shallow tank because then there's a lot of, water volume. But I think this will be absolutely perfect for what I want to do for now.
You're using the same gear, so like lights and stuff.
So I'll be using the Radions on it initially. We'll see how they fare, because the whole idea of the tank is to do sort of like a budget build. Well, I say budget, a beginner friendly build, we'll say, not necessarily budget, because you know, at the end of the day, I do want to run stuff that's going to be reliable and work well for me.
You surely run that with a single radiant, no?
Well, mate, I've got the two XR15s, so I mean, I'm gonna have the two over it for the wider spread. I could have just one XR30 over it, and it would run absolutely perfectly.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got an AI blade sat over it at the minute, and and it's lighting out wonderfully. It's a cracking little like that. But yeah, the whole idea is beginner friendly. So yeah, I'll use reliable equipment that I probably have already got. But it's going to be like dead simple. We're going to be running a 2-part on it. Water changes, nothing over the top. We're not going to be dosing loads of like mad liquids, things like that. It's going to be dead simple. Potentially going to be chucking some mangroves in the back as a little bit of an extra control of nutrients.
Nice.
Yeah, as well, I want to try and make it blend into the room a little bit better. I think this tank stood out a little bit too much in the room. It didn't quite fit the room. We got this room is absolutely jam packed full of plants. So having I mean, I don't know if anyone remembers the Fluval Evo I had a shelf above the tank, and we had some plants hanging off that, and it sort of helped blend it, and that's where the light was hanging off of as well. Might try and do the same thing again, just to again make it fit into the room a little bit better. But I might not have the plants hanging off it because I'll have the mangroves growing up towards it, but it means I can put some lights up on that and make sure the mangroves lit well. So yeah, it's going to be pretty fun, to be honest, because it's a little bit different to what I've done so far, and the focus is going to be a lot different to where I've been looking previously. So yeah, quite excited, to be honest.
This looks great, mate. Looks really nice. It does. Really excited for you. This comes then. So this is a kit then, from reading this on this website. So
it can be a kit. You can buy the tank on its own, or you can buy it as a kit. I know when March, that's part of the reason March has done these tanks, is that he wants it to be beginner friendly. Like the cost of them, like the cost of a kit, if you look at the price of all the equipment included, it's very accessible compared to people going out and buying tons of equipment and all different things. I'm going to have it just as a bare tank, just purely because I've already got the equipment sat here. But yeah, I mean, you can see there the prices of some of the stuff is. If someone wants to get started in the hobby, it's a fantastic option.
Yeah.
And I know AAC is stocking a lot of them. Say again, mate.
They make a skimmer for it.
By the looks of it, you'd struggle to get one in the back of there, but maybe a hang-on one.
You can get the what do you call them?
Bubble Magus.
Tunzi. Now the Tunzi.
Oh, the Tunzi one. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm going to be running that in mine. I've got one sat here.
Deltec make the MCE 300 and 600 as well. That might slide in the back of that.
Yes, they do. Yeah. So there are a few options for skimmers. There's enough room in the back. I mean, I ran the Tunzi in the back of the Red Sea Max Nano, and I know it fits in the back of this because I've already done the measurements for it, so it's going to fit. So the Tunzi will be going in the back of there.
Do you know what, Josh? You're gonna gain a whole new appreciation and love for corals you've walked past for years.
Yeah. The thing is, mate, I've never just walked past them and not looked at them. I've looked at them and gone, kind of wish I could have that. But I picked up a little bit of Kenya tree yesterday, like bright green Kenya tree.
Well, that green one.
Yeah. I was like, do you know what? Like, I've always liked the look of it. A little bit of movement, something different. So I thought I'll pick it up. I'll put it in this one, see how it fares. If I kill that, then I'm clearly not a very good reefer. But
if you're picking corals up for a 5 or a 10er, that's wonderful.
Yeah, exactly, mate. And that's the thing. I just want to go right. I'm going to have lots of like weird and wonderful things that are relatively cheap. Like realistically, I don't want to spend any more than 50 quid on a coral. I mean that for a beginner, it seems like a lot of money. So if I can keep myself to that, and then end up with lots of like bright colours in there, and lots of different things you look at and you go, oh, that's interesting. And then you look like a couple of inches to the left, and there's something else completely different. That's a really good vibe. I think I compared it to. I think I showed a few of you yesterday. Maybe you'll remember Drew's Lagoon on Instagram. Yeah, really similar to what he's doing. So the tank's a similar size and shape. And it'll be a similar like sort of aesthetic in that there's just going to be loads of bright colours in there, lots of things that are just going to pique your interest.
If anyone remembers Nano Reefer, he did say he had a similar one like that, and it was filled with like mushrooms and zoas and all really, really bright coloured stuff, and all weird and wonderful. And that looked phenomenal. Awesome looking tank.
So just reading here that it says it comes with a pump, filter media, a return pump and filter media, and obviously the aquarium. That's just as part of a set, and you can obviously upgrade, I'm assuming, to various different. Well, you can upgrade the pump by the looks of it, and then you've got a variety of different lighting if you want to add lighting to it.
Yeah, so and you can go in there. There's I'm sure, I don't know if it's an accessories bit or something like that. There's a page somewhere on the website there where you can go through and you can find there's lots of different like sort of things, like there's the media baskets, like you put down in the overflow bit. There you go. So you can see all the different like accessories and things that you can get with it. Some of them you can get as part of the kit. Some of them you can get as add-ons. There is like an actual like media basket as such, not the tall one you've got there, but there's like an actual basket that will slot down in that you can put some media inside of. and I think that's what I'm going to be housing the mangroves in, hopefully.
I'm
So,
looking at pictures.
Well, you
Also
can't,
got,
the doors come up.
There you go. Look. There you go.
which one is it? Oh, it's there. It's the Reef Castle one. Yeah, there you go.
And a power head.
But the whole thing is geared around getting people into the hobby and giving them good kit to get started and have it look good.
Is there
And
a
I think
UK distributor for these?
AAC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, AAC have got them in stock now. So there's a Mark II coming out of this Laguna, and they're due to be released end of March. So that's what I'm looking at getting my hands on, is the newer version. But I mean, the first version is still a fantastic tank. I don't know if AAC have one set up in their shop of the Laguna, but I know they've got a couple of the smaller tanks set
I
up.
was going to say, what's that little tank next to it? Is that a little frag tank they make, is it?
Mate, there's a whole bunch of different tanks. I think there's about maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, he used to do like 5. I think he's now streamlined it to like 3. I think he does like the Pico, the Laguna, and the frag tank, because they do a frag as well, don't they? Which is quite nice.
There's your Pico.
Yeah.
Is it studio?
I'm sure that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, as if by magic, there it is.
There you go, there's a tide.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Love
that.
that.
Yeah.
Great mangrove.
I'm sure that's about 18 centimeters tall. I want to say maybe the tide, something like that.
So what is the literage in the Laguna?
90.
24 gallon there, mate. Yes, about 90 gallons.
90 litres.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah.
I know the scribble on the back.
Say again.
Yeah.
I know the scribble on the back.
Yeah.
Just using like,
Wow.
So the back will be film, so you can take away a section of the film, attach that to the back, and put yourself a little fuge in the back.
Right,
anyway,
so
90 litres. So that's actually bigger than the original Red Sea Nano, isn't it? Because there's 70.
Yeah, the max Nano is 75, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been on that website. Impressive.
Honestly, I was blown away by them. I remember when they first started. You know, I watched March quite a lot on Fragbox on YouTube. Yeah. And I remember when they first started coming out, I was absolutely taken by them. I thought they're absolutely cracking little tanks. You more often than not, a lot of the like sort of all-in-one tanks nowadays are just cubes. And
the price of them, Josh.
Yeah, mate, exactly. Yeah. And I think March has absolutely killed it. He's genuinely he's ticked so many boxes.
Made it affordable.
Yeah, and that's the whole aim of my tank now. It's going to be affordable. Yes, there's going to be some higher end equipment on it, but that's because I'm already running it. So it doesn't really make sense to try and show that you can do a beginner friendly setup and then go and buy all brand new equipment on it. So
I must admit, the thought of I mean, even buying one of those tanks with all the extras and add-ons, you're still probably going to be, I mean, I don't know, just a little bit more than half the price of a Red Sea Max Nano or something like that. Brand new.
See how much they are. I don't even know how much the Max Nano is nowadays.
The thought of going back to that lovely
700 quid, mate. 700 quid for a Max Nano. That's just a bare tank.
And that's a bare tank, yeah.
That's what he's just got Max Nano.
Right. And when are you thinking of getting that? When's it going to come?
I'm hoping it's going to arrive end of March, or around end of March anyway. So I know the run on the second version of them is due to finish about then. So then it'll obviously have to ship over. But there's only one sticking point for me at the minute. I can't decide what rock to use. So I've got the rock that's sat in there at the minute. All the live rock that's in there, that's the Carib Sea live rock. That's broken. That's basically the skate's broken down from the previous tank. You're right there, Drip.
I'm ill.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's all the Carib Sea rock broken down, and it's sort of it looks like a pile at the minute. But I'll see if I can show you it quickly. It's sort of set out in a kind of the way that I want it to look, and like you've got like a little bit of a. There we go. So we've got like just a little like boulder at the front there. That's going to have some like zoas and things around it. That isn't going to be a rock. I'm hoping to have like a big zoa colony or some sort of. I was saying to you yesterday, Drip, like an acanthophyllia or something. That's like a little front centerpiece. And we've got some like little arches and that underneath there. So there's like loads. You can't really see the space underneath them, but there's like loads of like little arches and things where like fish can go in and behind. And yeah, it's just going to be dead simple.
I'm going to ask what fish you're going to have in it.
Say again.
I'm going to ask what fish you're going to have in it.
I think I was saying to someone yesterday. I quite like the idea of a pair of pink skunks. I think they're quite underrated fish. They're quite a chilled one for a clown. I think they look quite nice. Pair of them, and then maybe like 2 or 3 other fish that will like sort of occupy different areas of the water columns, or something that'll swim out in the open a little bit, something that'll bottom dwell maybe.
Like goby.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. So just like, and
tiger gobies are in chop yesterday are lovely, and they don't get very big. They only get back here big.
Yeah. And the other Grace is her favorite thing about the tank's inverts, so we're going to chuck loads of different inverts in there as well. So I think I might move the boxer shrimp on, and then put a couple of cleaner shrimp in there just so we can see them out and about a little bit more, because they're always out in the open. Pom-pom crabs, things like that. Just loads of just interesting things that as soon as you look at it, you go, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. And there's always something new to look at.
That's where my brain goes at the moment. I love all the little weird and wonderfuls.
Talking about weird and wonderful for a second. Liam picked up a Australian sea apple, made it through his closed loop. Yes, they were very bright, weren't they? That was yesterday. Very bright. Right, talking about yesterday, let's throw this on the screen. So, this was yesterday morning. Kaz did a little video for us, bless her. For anybody that hasn't been to the Reef Experience, let's have a look. Oh, there she is with the camera, bless her.
Kaz.
There's Kaz.
Tom's better off.
Yeah. Oh, Leroy. There he is.
Looking good there, Leroy. Side profile.
Yeah.
Looking fat.
There's Dave. West Ham fan. There you go. There's Dave. Salty side there, yeah. Look at the layout, though. Isn't it brilliant?
Very nice.
It's a bit like Dave. It's all blue.
Yeah, that was a nice tank.
Yeah, it was a torch tank. That was a nice one.
Do you know what? The interesting thing about that tank, that's the first time I've seen Garden Hills, and they're so cool.
Yeah,
they are.
There's Liam. Is that Liam?
Yeah.
That tank, I love looking at that tank.
That's a nice fish, that's a nice fish, isn't it?
I liked how you could see into there as well. I thought it was quite a good touch. The light come through, not a solid wall. Yeah, Kez was there from Exodus. Yeah, talking about the new Ion range. Sorry, Lee. Yeah,
that's where Rodders would have been if Rodders had turned up, wouldn't it?
You just feel like you just keep going on and on and on. Another room, another tank.
That's how Rodders feels about us at the moment.
I need to spat my tea out then. You just can't stop talking about me, Eldrick.
I love you, Ian. I love you too much, mate.
There were some really nice affiliates in there as well. Some hidden gems.
They did some nice ideas like 25 quid rack, 30 quid rack, 40 quid rack. So if you was a new reefer, you could try something for 20 quid.
And that brings up another point. Everything was priced up, which is good, because you go in so many shops and you've got to ask the price. It's a horrible thing to have to do.
Yeah, that's right, Lee. Yeah, definitely.
There's a nice trackie in there, really nice trackie that I watched when I was standing with Josh. But it's just, I feel like my butterflies would have just absolutely had a £200 snack.
Oh, easy.
It was definitely well presented, wasn't it? Clean.
And like I say, they laid food on for everyone, didn't they? The food was lovely. Josh ate most of that for everyone.
That little tank at the end as well with the baby angels in it. God, that
was hot, soul destroying. That was seeing that.
Yeah.
Very nice. Liam also got a couple of gobies, didn't you say?
I think so, yeah. I think he did. Yeah.
I wonder if anyone else brought any other fish.
It was busy, that is for sure. What did you reckon, Josh? You said at the beginning you reckon there were about 40. You counted about 40.
I reckon about 40, 50. Like when we counted in one room at one point, I think it was about 15 people in there, and every room was the same.
Yeah.
So it was at one point it was. I'd say probably between 10 and 11. You're talking like 40, 50 people in there.
Yeah, it's good,
which is brilliant. This is exactly what we wanted to happen.
It's nothing better than seeing a busy, buzzing reef shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shall I say that? You've had a couple.
There he is.
There's the drip.
Oh yeah, that's when Rob collared me and started boring me. Look.
Go and try the brownie. Yeah, there you go.
What are you saying?
Is that what I said? I couldn't hear that.
Go and try Bernadette's chocolate brownie. Yeah,
Shout out
endorsing
Bernadette.
it.
Yeah,
It was bloody lovely.
it was lovely. It's such a nice layout, that shop. It really is. That table needs to turn into a display tank. You need
Mate,
to talk
did you
to
tell
him.
him? Did you tell him?
I told him. I said that table is crying out to be a huge
There he
display
is.
tank.
Ronaldo, Ronald the Rat.
Cammy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. A few more.
Oh, look, there's Baby Dave there.
Yeah. Yeah. There were Bernadette's cooking creations. There you
There you
go.
go. There's the brownies. There's the brownies.
Them little dulce de leche tarts were good and all.
Them tarts, please. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I love an old tart.
Was that yours and your first date, Lee, with John, or was it your second date?
Oh, yeah. First date, technically.
There's Liam and the kids.
Yeah.
You got lucky that night, let's put it that way.
There's Amanda. Amanda was there as well.
Look at you.
There we go.
Just falling from the ceiling.
If I work there.
I think he lost his neck.
Oh, Gladstone Small.
Yeah.
That bubble was stunning.
Do you remember the size of that mandarin anyway?
Yeah, it was huge, wasn't it? In one of the
It's like it'd been on steroids.
yeah,
They're beautiful, them, aren't they?
yeah.
Oh, Josh, what was you saying about them tube anemones then?
What was I saying? Like what? Did I get one?
Oh, would you?
I think if I can get a small enough one, I think it'll look quite good. But
Yeah.
they're so flowy. They get so big that I don't know that it's going to be
They've got
something
the
that
rest
would
of
fit
the
in
thing, I
well.
know that.
They're effective
Yeah,
when they
exactly.
just-
You
Say
want
again,
in?
Lee?
So a bad habit of just catching and floating around your tank.
Right, one at a time. Lee, you go first.
Sorry. I was saying with tube names are a bugger because they tend to detach quite a bit and float around your tank, but they are stunning. Absolutely amazing colours on them.
Yeah.
How did it taste, Lee?
Yeah, no. Bit like those spicy noodles.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I used to have 4 or 5 of them in one of my old tanks, and they just used to sting everything that touched anything that went near them. They just kill them. Kill it.
Like, I think they look stunning, but yeah, it's just I don't think it's worth the risk of what it'll do to everything else.
They got long tentacles, don't they?
Very, very long, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike me.
That octobubble's big, isn't it?
That was massive.
That
They had
tank
they had a lovely blenny in there as well, golf blenny. I've never seen one before.
Oh, and also, and a mystery rast, which I seem to have. I don't know why, but my brain wants a mystery rast.
I thought you were all playing Soggy Biscuit when I saw you in a surf.
Oh,
Brilliant.
About Soggy Biscuit there, lovely. Lovely. Yes, come on, join the me free. Me free.
Oh.
I'm sure John might be too happy with that camera angle there, catching his egg in the nest.
Yeah, I just wanted to rearrange those pictures and get them straight for some reason. Oh dear. Lee, that's the toilet. Tell us about the toilet. Oh, hang on, let me go back. Tell us about the toilet, Lee. Let's go
Well,
back.
that's actually a Felling roller mat XL. Well, large, sorry, not the XL. And I run
All
one
the technology's going well.
Trying to get the second one off a guy from Carlisle who drove down to drop it off for me. So yeah.
Is that going in? Is that where's that? Which tank's that going on then? The cellar in the cellar.
New pumps. I was going to buy one brand new, then found second-hand one, but
Oh, they're good,
I
they
tried
are,
to
mate.
get a kit, but they just don't seem to be very popular.
I swear I can
They
see
invented it, you know.
You got trippy.
I said, I swear I can see someone's arm underneath all that.
No problem. Don't keep on the spare bits.
Oh dear.
Who's in the box?
You don't want to know.
Credit card boxes that I just happen to be about a car with no cards in.
The head.
It's a finger like that.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
Birthday girl.
we got her
Oh,
in the
you
hat.
still got the hat. You kept the hat, did you?
Yeah, we
Tom?
kept the hat. Yeah, we did
Yeah,
cats doing the rounds. Yeah. And have you got the briefing? We're doing fancy dress at the Love to Reef the Friday before. Yeah.
We'll see.
Whoa.
We'll see.
We'll
I bet
see.
you won't. I'll bet you won't.
Oh, he is. He's already got his
Yeah,
outfit.
me and Kaz are already sorted, mate. Me and Kaz are coming
okay.
down. Mrs. Kaz is coming down with Living It Large, mate, for Friday night. Yeah.
I've already ordered mine.
Have you?
Are you wearing
Yeah.
it now?
What? No. No, I found one on Amazon.
He's bought the tassels and the lot.
It's a,
I found a Ryland one on Temu with big teeth. So,
Oh.
yeah. Nah, that's not what I'm coming as. I found some.
Oh, Ron doesn't look happy there. Look, bless him.
Aye.
Oh dear, that's a good photo. Yeah.
Tom, you look like a grinning pig.
Yeah, it was a great day yesterday. Yeah, it was good.
And I see pictures up on it.
Yeah, and Ron clearly didn't want to go home.
Ronald Rat.
Oh dear. But no, thanks to those of you that took some photos yesterday and sent them over to me.
What was your favourite part of it? Onion Head.
Like, to be fair, what Josh already said, just getting everybody together, which was what it was intended to do, and it achieved that. So that's the important thing. It was a bit scary when we were talking to each other about how far some people were saying they have to travel for an LFS or what you would class as an LFS these days, which was quite worrying. And I suppose all the more reason to keep trying to get the meets in between your Love to Reefs and Aqua to try and keep people chatting and socialising. Because as great as these platforms are, like we're doing this live stream now on Instagram, you can't beat literally having a brew, coffee, whatever, and just chewing the fat with somebody face to face for half an hour or whatever. I think that's really important for people.
I think Amanda said that was a local LFS as well, and that's an hour and 15 minutes for her.
Yeah,
madness, isn't it?
Doing the same, eating in the shop makes you actually feel welcome. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
To be honest, it's only 20 minutes farther away than my local, if I'm honest.
That's crazy.
But my local's an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
I think you just sit down and you get to know people, don't you? You just instantly start chatting if someone's next to you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like some of them, when we got out of the car, we met Simon Page straight away, didn't we?
Yeah.
What a top boy he was.
Yeah,
proper nice bloke.
Morning, Haley. Hope you're good. Hope you have a nice weekend. Morning. John B's here as well. Morning. I see you yesterday.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Still alive, yeah, survived.
Was he in the cellar or is he at home?
He'll be at home. He got back around.
If he was in the cellar, he'd be tied and gagged, mate, so he wouldn't have access to his phone. So he's alive, isn't he?
Oh, dear.
He must have left early. Jesus Christ.
Morning, Owens Reef. Did they still have the Master Scully?
Yeah, they did.
Sold.
Oh, it's sold.
I think it was sold, yeah.
It was still
Sold but not collected.
They had a bleeding apple as well, didn't they? That was
600 quid it was, wasn't it?
That was John's household.
Oh, it was huge for me. Really enjoyed it. It was amazing to meet you all.
Yes, Ronald.
Oh, yes. It was
to get them sites high as Ronald. If it's amazing meeting us lot.
We'll have to get up there and see him.
fair play to him. He drove 3.5 hours, didn't he? So fair play to him.
Oh, we should do a meet at the garden centre.
Yeah.
Well, Matt was saying that yesterday.
Why not?
Matt and Maxine was saying that
You ain't got to have a shop to go and walk around, have you? Just go up there, see him, have a laugh, go and have a curry.
Well, I said I want some coral, I want some sticks off him, and then somewhere out of nowhere, the missus goes, "Oh, we'll go and collect them." I'm like, "You don't fucking know where that is." And we're going to go sometime around Easter. I think we might go up there.
Wow. Leroy, making a trip?
Well, I already said Ronald, I'm going to try and get up at next year week to see him anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But well, if we're going to go do a meet, I'm up for that. No problem at all.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Mm.
I was the garden centre, but
Well, not being funny, I'll travel that far for that brownie again. I know that.
Yeah, definitely.
Sod meeting Ron again just for the brownie.
To be fair, it's only the same distance as AAC. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. What would it be for you, Bandit? How far would it be drive from your house to Ronald?
It's about 4 hours, 15 to 30 minutes.
And what's it to AAC from you? About 4.
That's it.
Yeah.
Give or take 20 minutes. And you think normally I'll do Vision Aquatics, which is Portsmouth. I'll go down and do that and come back in one day. So
if I don't come halfway to you and then go to Ron, I mean, I could even fly it from Stansted. Stansted Airport's literally a 7-minute drive from me.
7 hours from me. That's about standard.
Josh, have you ever left your postcode area?
Once, mate, when I came down to Radical.
Josh is getting it now. Josh, you're getting it now.
And you're never going to leave again.
Yeah, I saw what it was like, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'll stay here. Actually, it's better."
No, it is. He's obviously been private chatting with Rodders lately, hasn't he? Clearly, I reckon.
Well, I think we need to talk to Rodders because he's been very quiet this morning. He's taking a bit of flack off you.
Would you come to Finest? How far's that? That's 3 hours.
That's Widnes, isn't it? Finest. That's like 4 hours.
You've been before when you dropped me those Evergrows off back in the day. Yeah.
Don't we can rope Josh into that one?
Finest.
You'll not get Josh.
No,
you'll not get Josh over there.
5 years ago that was.
Yeah.
5 years.
3 hours. 3 hours away. That.
Yeah, that's nothing, mate. That's nothing.
Come on, let's speak to Rodders.
Yeah, come on then, Rodders. Come on then, Rodders. What's been happening? Come on.
Boy, here he is.
No, not a lot, mate.
Come on, what's going on with the tank?
Not a lot. Brilliant.
I've beaten the silicates.
Hey.
Okay. How have you beaten them?
Just persistent water changes and phosphate removal, mate.
Okay.
Happy days.
And now I've got hardly any hair algae, so it's all gone. So I'm ready. Bought a load of corals this week.
Oh. Do tell.
When I've done a little shop at AAC.
Did you get the right corals?
When did you get there?
The fish.
When did you go there?
I bought them online.
Oh, right. What, is that started now then, or is that just mates only at the moment?
No, it started.
Oh, was it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Sale, yeah. Sale, I think they started Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They're doing four big acro colonies for $3.99.
Yeah, I saw that.
Have they turned up yet? Have you got them?
No, I've got to go and collect them today.
Oh, right. You going today, are you?
So if the missus is going to drive me down.
2 days. What did you get? What did you go for?
I've got 2 big millies and 2 nice big pieces of Tenius.
Lovely.
Yeah, I think I sent Tom some photos.
Oh, nice one for sharing.
Really?
I did see some pictures on Facebook and Instagram. They had some really nice pieces.
Sorry, he's had so much to do this morning.
1,200,000, 1,300,000 now.
Let's have a look.
That was the second one.
Set my KH keeper up yesterday as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Just got my new scales.
Did I
weigh me old stuff?
Yeah. What sort of stuff?
Oh man.
Like it, man. Like it.
No, my old reagent.
Nice.
I'll do that this afternoon when I get back.
Is that going to be the first corals you've got? Didn't you have one coral in your tank to see how it went?
I've got a digi and it's growing.
Wow.
What about the coral?
How's the fish?
Listen, Acorn Dick.
That's
We had a really pissed out of it.
You know what? Talking of that, right? When we got back last night, me and Tom was like, "Oh, we're going to get something to eat from down the Kapuptas down the road, didn't we?" And we sat there, yeah, down Mr. Kapupta, whatever his name was, right? And we were sitting outside. Tom went in and got the.
No! This is a Friday night conversation. This is not a Sunday morning conversation.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah, it started now.
Let's hear it.
Use your words carefully.
Tom went into Mr. Kapupta's, right? And me and Kaz, Tom's missus, is sitting there. And Tom's missus just like let out this gasp. And I was like, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" She went, "You will not believe what's just happened." I was like, "What?" So that Tom and Kaz's plumber had sent Kaz a message that wasn't supposed to be sent to Kaz. Right? with his lob resting on his chest, right, on his stomach. And he was supposed to send it to his bit on the side. Yeah. Mate, how unbelievable was that? With the words, like, you know, like someone who's out there nut, like an absolute cheese fest. Come on, girl, get home, blah, 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 blah.
This is true.
Yeah, this is true. And I grabbed her phone I grabbed her phone to reply. Thanks for that. Wrong person, needle dick. Right, that's what I thought. But she wouldn't let me, and then she's like, wrong person. He's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Oh my god.
Wow.
Don't drink, children. Don't drink.
That's
Yes.
brilliant. That.
Check who you're sending pictures to.
Brilliant.
Right, I'm going to just show you what you've just sent me on WhatsApp.
I've got to go for a slash.
Okay, thanks for sharing that on camera.
Oh, yeah.
So that was one of them then, Ian. This is one of... How many of these have you bought? So that's one?
Four pieces like that, yeah.
So what, is that one of the four?
Yep.
Lovely, that.
That is nice.
Very nice. What about this one?
Yeah, got that one as well.
Yeah? That's your tenuous, yeah?
One of them.
Did you get that one as well?
Same one.
That's the same one, is it? Sorry. Right, okay. That one?
Yep, got that one.
Right, okay. And what about that one?
Got that one as well.
So you bought more than four?
5, I think, total. But I've got 4 in the deal.
And then you'll get there and see other things you like.
Of course.
And are these pictures are AAC stock then?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what they got in. That's what they got in, yeah. That's what they got to sale on.
Very nice. So you get those today then?
This afternoon, mate.
And they're going in the tank today?
They're going in the tank. They're going in the tank, mate.
Wow. Okay.
They're in there.
Right, okay. Lee, Mo's asking, Lee, have you got? Are you having an equipment sale at your house yet? Because he needs some trace solution.
Yeah, I've got a reply to that.
I found that self-cleaning head as well, Leroy.
Oh, sweet.
Good.
You sort out about that.
Much of a market.
No, mate, they're sitting waiting for you.
Yeah, what did you say yesterday about that guy, Josh? He threw a load of SPS away. You've muted. Hang on. You're muted.
Yeah,
You're muted.
that was my bad. Yeah, I'm unmuted. There you go. Yeah, Headley's Reef. You've seen him on Instagram. He pulled, I think it was a couple of weeks back, his tank was just massively overgrown with the sticks. And he pulled, I think it was 7 kilos out and had to whip in because nobody wants it.
Wow.
What's that? Just like green plate, red plate, all them sort of standard stuff, or
mate? There'd have been an assortment of stuff. There will be some like sort of basic stuff in there, but there'll be some other nicer bits as well. But just nobody is willing to just take SPS on. I don't know what it is, but no one wants it up here.
Into the lad that's got a really big rainbow loom.
He did have.
Oh.
I was in the beta program, the Reef Factory beta program with him.
Yeah. Yeah, he did have a decent sized rainbow loom, but if anyone's seen his story on Instagram yesterday, he's been a little bit neglectful, shall we say, of his tank, and it's not its former glory, but he's documented the whole thing. He's documented the whole thing. To be fair, he knows why it's gone wrong. When I was talking to him yesterday, his calcium got down to 150.
Wow,
blimey.
Yeah, so after he pulled the 7 kilos out, ditched it all, he dropped his dosing right down. But then just never retested because he just got lazy with it and just thought, can't be bothered. Didn't retest it. It dropped it too much. Ended up getting the calcium down at 150. And then instead of bringing it back up, I mean, most of the stuff he said would have gone by that point, but he just went glug, 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 glug with a bottle to bring it back up to where it should have been. But he's going for a rebuild now. So he'll get it back looking class again. But yeah, 7 kilos of sticks, mate, just gone.
Why is sticks so not interested? Is it cost, you think?
Honestly, I'd love to know the answer because I love sticks. I think they look great. They are a bit of a challenge. But yeah, I just don't know. I mean, to think when I started the hobby up here 6 years ago, we had how many shops did we have? I think we had about 4 or 5 within an hour of me, and we're down to 1.
And is that why, do you think? Because you can't get them up there?
I think yeah, mate. I think there's a part of it is you can't get them, but then also because you get a lot of mariculture in, people spend a lot of money on mariculture corals that have come in, and they just don't seem to do that well. I think people just think sticks are too hard. Tank raised sticks are really hardy. Mariculture, not so much.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think there was a lot of mariculture coming in, and I think it maybe put a lot of people off. So like softies, zoas, some of your LPS things like that. People
are because people weren't dipping them and getting pests and stuff, or
mate, I think it's just a lot of them were just stripping dead quick. I know a bunch of people that were getting this. You know what it's like when they come in, and you'll maybe only a shop will maybe only retain maybe like 50% of what actually arrives within the first week or two, because they just strip. But people will go in and see these bright colours and go, I'm having that. It's been in the tank 2 days. I'll have that. Take it home, and then it's getting even more stress, and the coral just dies. And people think, well, 6 are too hard. I'm not bothering. So that would be potentially one of the reasons.
That'd be part of the reason shops don't bother with them as well, because they waste money on stock.
Yeah, exactly that, mate.
In their eyes, do you know
I
what I mean?
Though, because down there, Drip, mate, everyone buys sticks down there. It's just stick man down there.
I know, but then it's horses for courses in different parts of the country, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think Amanda's bang on with Amanda's point. I think that point Amanda just said there is exactly how I got into sticks.
This one.
Yeah, challenge.
Yeah.
Because when I first got in, trust me, it was not an acropora that got me into this hobby. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't any coral, it was fish initially. And then as you keep fish, you go, oh, let's have a look. That coral looks nice. Let me have a look. And then you just go off on your tangents, don't you? And you research what triggers your passion.
The corals for me over fish anyway. I love the corals, mate.
Yeah.
Gladly keep a tank of corals.
But I think that grows on you, Rodders. I think it'd be hard to find a geezer that went, I started reefing because I saw a Tenius in a tank.
Yeah.
But it's still a bit of scam.
Some of them Tenius you see now are insane.
I know.
There's still a bit of scam going around sticks as well, isn't there? There's still people, there are, don't worry about them.
Yeah. But the best way is to have a go.
When we was talking about it the other week, like the methods have come so far and the equipment's got so much better, and it's a lot easier now than it was and than it's ever been.
Yeah.
I do think it's a bit of gatekeeping with SPS. I do think there's a lot of people who turn around with a beginner and they'll go, they're like, I really like that coral, and they're like, it's SPS. Don't look at it. You're new in the hobby. You don't know what you're doing. And it's like there's some SPS. I've found some SPS hardier than Zoas.
That's what I'm saying. Look at Digis and Aura and.
But that's where you hope someone who's giving advice to that person is, listen, I get what you're saying, but just buy a little bit of this bird's nest. It costs you 15 quid, right? And have a go at that for 3-4 months. And then if you're doing well, come back and we'll have a chat. And then there's the next level up from that. Yeah. See how you get on with that.
Yeah.
You hope the advice that person's getting is decent and not money orientated or from someone that maybe can't keep sticks themselves. That's a lot of it.
That relies on a good shop, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of very hardy SPS, like the Montes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're bulletproof. They are bulletproof.
Mate, I'll give you an example of how hardy Digi is. I changed this tank over on the 4th of Feb, and there's a piece of bubblegum Digi that's been sat in there, only about that big, just been sat in there with no light on it until last week, or no, it's middle of this week. No light at all. And I've now got the light and it's still alive.
Yeah.
I've not done a water change. I've not dosed. I've done nothing. I've not fed that. I've had a bit of fish food going in. It's still alive.
Yeah.
I had that with a bit of Ed Monty.
You what, Lee?
I had that with a bit of Ed Monty. When I stripped, what's his fucking name? Moggs' tank, I left in garden in polybox some bits of Ed Monty that I'd completely forgotten about. And it must have been in there for a week. It rain, cold, everything. I picked it out and there was still colour on it. Took it in house and it came back.
It's mental.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, what Tim's saying to you, Drippy, Snow White, that got him into SPS.
So, he's an idiot, isn't he?
So for anybody that doesn't know what is why he's referred to Snow White, so Tim got Drippy a box of, a few frags at the last meet.
From his tank.
And one of the first coral that Drippy picked out of the box was called Snow White, because Tim likes to name his own acros. He's got a great imagination, by the way, as well.
And it was Snow White.
And it was Snow White because it was a dead acro as a joke. So it was called Snow White.
Yeah.
So that's why he's...
And to be fair, he absolutely done me with that as well.
Yeah.
Panic stations.
Because you actually, for a second, thought it had stripped.
Yeah, shit yourself.
Yeah. Guys are saying I prefer LPS if I had to choose just one. Yeah. Mosby, I'm missing SPS, old school SPS as well. Yes.
That's what's good about the hobby, isn't it? Everyone loves something different.
Exactly that.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
If there was one coral that you could get your hands on then for your tank, what would it be?
What if you were starting all over again?
If money wasn't an object, if you could get it, if forget the whole CITES, America and all that, just anywhere in the world, one coral, what would you pick?
War paint Scully.
Okay.
Saw one yesterday, didn't you? You're funny.
Leroy?
I remember seeing a Deshi, and it was chocolate brown.
Sorry.
Deshi, or a meat coral.
All right, yeah.
And it was chocolate brown with bright orange spots. It was phenomenal. It's actually called the Golden Chest Deshi. That was phenomenal. Like 700 quid in my mate's shop. That is what I would love if I could have it.
Right, okay. Matt, anything spring to mind?
I would like a bleeding apple Scully or a war paint Scully. I'm a bit like Josh. I would, just because they are. I don't want to spend 300 quid on something like that size, but the one we see yesterday, that was impressive. That's a decent size.
If you do end up coming down here for the barbecue or ever come down this neck of the woods, just try to refrain from saying I want a bleeding apple, because that will result in a completely different experience.
Especially with drippy round.
I'll give you one.
Scully's the key word in that sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Ian, anything for you? Oh, what we've got here? Let's throw
True
it
rainbow splice.
Oh, wow.
a splice.
True rainbow splice, yeah.
Nice.
Good, that, mate.
Very nice.
What about you, Tom?
I'm gonna be boring. I'm gonna say Gomezi, an old school classic blue Gomezi.
Speak to Dan Morris, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah, Collective Corals. He's got it.
yeah. That blue, when it's settled and happy, you cannot replicate that blue you get from a Gomezi. I don't think, anyway. In SPS, on its own, just as a solid colour. Because that's the other thing these days, is that as great as some of these colours are, like the splash you've just shown and the teenies you're picking up, sometimes I think there's too many different colours in them. So when you have a lot of them in the tank, it's a bit like overpowering.
Mishmashy, isn't it?
I think you can kind of achieve more with solid blocks of colour, providing you've got the right contrasting colour next to it. If that or
Mate,
around
I said that to Christian when I went into Signature a while ago. I said I'd much prefer like real, just solid, bright colours, as opposed to like the rainbow ones where it's like a mishmash of colour. You can't really tell anything apart, and everything sort of blends into one. I like to be able to see the differences between them, the big contrast, like you're saying.
Yeah.
If I could have one, I think for pound, that everything you get, and it's not an expensive acro, I think you can't knock a PC rainbow.
Yeah, mate, it's cracking.
Yeah, it is.
PC rainbow.
Yeah, it is.
For what you get in a PC rainbow for, what are they now, 60, 70 pound, if I could have just let a PC rainbow grow into a colony, mate, and it is a thing of absolute beauty.
Have you got it in yours?
I've got a bit from the
I've got it.
Reefers.
I've got it as well. I've got a piece in mine. I got it from Christian, actually. It's doing really well. But I think that I'll actually say that's quite a hardy one as well. And it's a good indicator. It'll turn various colours based on your parameters if they're too high or too low, especially phosphate.
Brown.
No, it'll go. It tends to go a lot. It tends to go a lot greener. It tends to get a lot green. You lose a lot of the red and the orange.
Mate, I had a green one for a while, and then it's finally started colouring up, and then now it's moved on.
If you place it in the right, also, I think it will also table as well if you have it coming from the side, won't it, or not?
Again, lighting. Yeah.
Yeah, lighting. Yeah.
This isn't the same as the one I saw, but this is very similar.
Oh, let's have a look. Let's throw you on big screen, Lee. 1 second. Oh, wow. Gold glitter bomb.
I left one of them in his toilet this morning.
Yeah. It was chocolate explosion in toilet. No, they get about the size of a dinner plate.
Lovely.
Yeah, Amanda's saying she loves PC Rainbow. My favourite.
Yeah.
Must be Hardy if I can do it.
Wonderful coral.
Yeah. I think if things are priced right and, to encourage people to have a go, like you were saying earlier, Matt, £20 racks, whatever.
Yeah.
People are going to take a chance on them. And that's what got me into the SPS, because I used to go in shops and they used to have the deals on. I'm a Yorkshireman, I like a bit of a deal. So, I don't know, it was like 3 for so much or 5 for so much. So you would get it would be cheaper to buy more than one. Because I think it's important if you are going to try SPS to try more than one. Because if it dies, you don't want that to. It might have been that coral that wasn't happy necessarily. I think it'd be a shame for that one attempt to put somebody off doing it again. So by having 2 or 3 maybe in a deal, if I'm making any sense here, and hopefully 1 or 2 of them survive, it will keep people, Yeah. Okay.
I totally agree. It's like when I first started with corals, because obviously I've kept fish for like 15 years, and it's only over the last 5 years I've started with corals, and it's like you don't mind paying 20 quid for something if it dies. It's not so bad, but when you're paying 100 and 150 and 200 and you see it for 3 days and it dies, it's heartbreaking. So you start off with little things and build yourself up. You think, oh, well, that lives. I can go to the next step, next step, and next step.
That's where I think you're spot on, Bandit. I think anyone new in, just your biggest weapon in success will be the people you choose to take advice from.
100%. 100%.
When I first started in it, I always asked people for a picture of their tank. And if they didn't have a picture of a decent tank, they'd like,
Okay.
It's like right now, I'm not asking any advice because his tank's empty. But I have seen his tank before, and you look at his tank. Yeah.
We stumbled last night. We stumbled across.
Oh yes, we did.
Right. Listen. Shout out to the Bandit. Right. Last night we stumbled across an old video on Sam Parker's YouTube channel of your old tank where your sofa now is.
Yeah.
Mate, if anyone who's not seen that before, listen, that was an absolutely beautiful reef tank. Mate.
Get it up on the screen, Tom.
I'd never seen it before, Bandit. We stumbled across it. It was like, where's this? When was this? I'd never seen it, mate.
That was before I had issue with salt due to my boss getting me wrong salt.
That was a wonderful reef tank, mate. Hats off to you.
Do you know, every time anyone mentions about my tank and I say it's not as good as it should be, that's why. Because I always look back to that tank.
That is not. You haven't got that tank anymore, have you?
No. I'm on my 3rd tank since then.
Yeah. And you closed that because you had salt issues?
No, I didn't close it down. I repaired it. What it was, I was using TMC Pro, and I mix up 300 litres at a time. And my boss ordered bio. Now, bio, you've got to keep it heated and moving. Now, when I mix my Pro up, I just leave it sat. So the bio has its own bacteria in it, so it dies.
Yeah, bioactive. The bioactive salt,
yeah. After a week, that died. So you're pumping dead bacteria into a tank, and it killed 90% of my stock and a lot of my fish. So and then after about 3 months of ICP tests and scratching my head, thinking I can't be this crap at this hobby, I was washing my salt barrels out, and it was like that thick of. It looked like wallpaper paste.
Yeah, like
bacteria. Yeah. And I sent a picture to Boss. He went, "Oh yeah, I've been ordering it wrong salt, my bad." And I'm like, "You fucking prick!" Pardon my language. Sorry, I'm still very angry about it.
I would never have told. I could never have told. Yeah, there you go. Nice, that mate.
So that's my first real reef tank.
Was that your house?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, would you?
No, because the other tank takes the fucking room up, doesn't it? The one you got now.
Yeah, it's a bit of an eyesore at the minute. It's new one.
Fucking hell, look at it all.
Love you, Philia, didn't you, boy?
Yeah. It's like both them toadstools you can see had grown from a 5p piece. Everything in there had come from like single heads. And this is what bothers me now, like with my tank, I'm having issues with tank. I built that. I did that, so why aren't I doing it now? And that frustrates me.
Do you think you might be overcomplicating it?
No, because to be honest, it's a lot more simpler than what it was then.
Shall I leave away? I've got one observation straight away. You've got a lot more fish in your tank now.
Yeah, but it's a lot bigger tank.
Yeah.
I think I've just been. I know time of year really affects me, so I haven't been on it as much. But that system were a lot more technical than what I am running now. I've reduced a lot of stuff. I've got more tech, but there, if you look there, you can see my huge bubble. That's what my Regals both ate. They destroyed it over a week.
Yeah.
It was just, boggles my mind that how comes a tank used to look like that and now it's done.
Well, I don't think you should see it as rubbing any salt in the wound. If anything, I think you should see it as a demonstration that you have clearly got the ability, mate, of running a nice, amazing tank. So use it as a bit of a, I suppose, a reminder. Like I'm a big
Inspiration, isn't it?
Reefspiration. Yeah, definitely.
Mate. Think about me out to do it again. That's what I need to do. Well, thank you for that, Tom. I really appreciate it.
No, you're fine, mate. You're fine. Let's have a look. Looking really good, Lee. Yes, some nice comments. Yes.
I'd struggle to do that with fucking 2 hands as well, Lee. So that's off. You do it with fucking one. And I honestly, I keep saying it. I don't know how the hell you do it.
Yeah. Fair play, mate.
Dedication, mate. Dedication.
That's it.
Yeah. Outstanding. Right, we're going to share a little bit of small video about the Flame Angel, aren't we? Before I forget. So on Friday night, for those of you tuned in, you may or may not remember I was getting badgered by, I don't know, not even know how to describe it.
It started off as a gentle wind-up because I never thought you'd do it, and then all of a sudden we were there, and I was like, how's this happened?
So Mike stayed in the green room after Friday's stream and basically planted a bit of a seed that if you're going to do a freshwater dip sooner rather than later, to which Drippy clearly agreed.
Absolutely.
And encouraged. So we did it Friday night. It was a bit bizarre because we used tap water and we used warm tap water as well to try and get the temperature to the right, to match the similar sort of range as the house behind me, which I think we managed to do. It's definitely...
Your Flame Angel had problems with his eye.
Yeah,
for people that might not have been in Friday.
Yeah. So, let me mute this. So, water went in.
That was me pouring it, thank you.
Is that why it's gone all over the towel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Water went in. Excuse my pyjama bottoms, everybody.
Hey!
Get them in. Could not get them in.
Was it easy to catch then, Tom?
It was with the lights off. It only took a couple of attempts. Well, I thought the ironing board...
I was helping massively with the other net, wasn't I?
Do you want a bit of credit, Drip?
Yeah, thank you.
Of course he does.
You're my favourite, Josh.
And what straight away, the fluke started falling off him. I've got Mike in the background sort of talking me through it. And I think, this goes on for a couple of minutes. I think
4 minutes, what you said?
4 minutes altogether, yeah, mate. Yeah, 4 minutes altogether. He was in for.
It's important information though, because you don't see too many videos on this.
No.
And this is literally just tap water out the bathroom upstairs here. Like I say, just sort of put my hand in it to sort of gauge. It was similar to as close to the house as possible, and
very scientific then.
A lot, yeah. To be fair, that was Mike that said you can as long as the pH is probably more closer to the water in the Nios with it coming out the tap. So and they're just literally there. You go, another one. You can see falling off. Another one fell off. I think we counted all together. I think
14, wasn't it?
14 came off altogether.
Now, Mike's theory was the longer you leave it,
another one,
the more you risk him destroying the eye completely, stress. Do you know what I mean? So,
where did this fish come from?
A fish shop.
Okay, I take it they didn't quarantine it before then.
Well,
not sure.
Not sure, mate. Not sure. Yeah. And it's...
Well, even if they had quarantined it, how long has you had it, Tom?
I've had it 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, so going a bit size of them flukes are still on it. Well, they're only just coming in adult form, so they're probably, even in quarantine, they wouldn't have picked up on it because they'd have been small.
Yeah. You're not blaming anyone here, are you? Do you know what I mean? You're just showing an experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this morning, obviously, Tom went and got a couple of cleaner shrimp. And the cleaner shrimp since Friday. Cleaner shrimp since Friday. The eye this morning is looking a lot better.
He's behind us, look. Yeah. He's behind us. See him here. Yeah, doing absolutely fine.
Yeah.
The eye's really starting to heal as well. Let me just remove that. Let's have a look. Where are we? Let's throw us on full screen. Yeah. Nice. Just put some food, a little bit of food in, see if it comes in just a little bit in that corner. Yeah. Yeah. I said a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just noticing. Did
you hear that? Just put a little bit.
You got to feed him. He's got a bad eye.
Right. Okay. But yeah,
he's feeding well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's feeding well, mate. He's feeding well, and his eyes really started to make some significant signs of improvement. Yeah, pretty much got back to normal. So fingers crossed.
As well.
Have you got enough flow on there, Tom?
But no, yeah, I'm happy. He's doing well.
I mean,
he's doing well.
Practically nearly eating it all, mate. So
yeah.
Thank me later.
There we go.
Healthy fish.
But no, interesting with the freshwater dip though. Very much. Yeah, very interesting.
It's one of the things I've never tried. I've never done. Not with marine.
Get that out, mate.
Yeah.
Glad you've done it.
Freshwater.
Yeah.
He's shitting his pants, but he's glad he's done it.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a couple more now then, you say?
Yeah, we're going to try Tom next. We're going to get Tom in a freshwater dip next. Imagine what's going to fall off that.
Put him in a foam up like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that flukes, Angel's prone to flukes and eyes. Couldn't comment.
I think Ras can be.
Yeah. To be honest, Angels are pretty prone to flukes anyway.
But the thing is, if you've got a fish, we speak to Mike, if you've got a fish that's got flukes, and it gets to the point where they can lay eggs, and the eggs will literally fall into the sandbed and then hatch and then be floated in the water column, etc. Every fish is susceptible to it. Because the minute they latch onto a host, no matter, a fluke don't go, no, not that one, it's a fox face, I'm waiting for the angel to come past.
How did you know you had flukes? From the eye, or was it
flicking? Yeah, it started to lose a little bit of coloration, start to pale out a little bit. From talking to Mike on Friday, he was saying that he's had it before at Finest where he's dipped like a Royal Grammar, and flukes have come off purple and yellow depending on where they were on the fish, which I was just like, really? And you couldn't really see it in that video, but on closer inspection, they did have like orange pigmentation on them.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah. Yeah, it was a relief that he's making significant signs of improvement. And literally, last night we were a bit concerned about the eye. I thought I might have to do it again, but I was like, no, leave it and let him sort of rest. And yeah, we are seeing signs of recovery. But if it doesn't get much better in the next few days, even though I'm saying it has made a little bit of an improvement, we'll probably do another dip. So now we know what we're doing. To be fair, some people are mentioning about RO with the pH. Yeah, I get that. It was a case of we wanted to do it there and then because we're obviously at the meet yesterday. So yeah, there you go.
Interesting.
Man has asked if you treat in the tank. I think there's like Prazipro and stuff, but that can be quite.
Mate, that's got to be better than trying to add chemicals left, right, and centre. Particularly if you're not that experienced in using preventative chemicals. Yeah. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. You talked to somebody, you said at AAC, that wiped his tank out, didn't you?
Wiped his tank out with hydrogen peroxide, yeah. Because someone on the forum advised him to use this and that. And he launched it in his tank, mate, and nuked everything. Fish bobbing upside down, gone. And he was absolutely gutted, the geezer as well. Absolutely gutted.
Yeah.
If you can, take the fish out. Always.
What's Melinda saying? 6 days between dips to allow eggs to hatch. Right, okay. There you go. Thanks, Melinda.
Maybe Melinda's had problems with flukes before then, maybe.
Yeah.
You got UV on that tank as well, Tom?
Yeah. Right then, gentlemen, we're at the hour and a half point. Any plans for the weekend? Anybody? Or what's left of it, should I say? Ian, you're going to get your sticks? Anything else? Take the kids out?
Set my couch, keep her up, mate.
Yeah.
That's all melted now. Drilled all the holes out, run all the pipes, so that's all ready to go. Just got to weigh up my reagent and then get that going. And that's me, mate.
I bet you can't wait.
Oh, mate, I'm buzzing for the hobby at the moment. Badly buzzing again.
That's great.
This last week, since I've beat them silicates and phosphate, I'm like, wow. Like,
here we go.
Yeah.
Do you realise how much you need it in your life then?
Yeah, mate, massively. Like I said, I didn't miss it for the first sort of 15, 16 months. And then last 3 or 4 months, I was like, I need to get back in it. You know what I mean? And I come to the best out of tank, didn't I? So,
Yeah.
When you quit hobby, it's that first, I don't have to do it with tank. And it's that freedom of responsibility from having a reef tank. And then when you get back into it, it's like, why did I ever walk away from this?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is, like it's that age-old thing when you go away on holiday and something always goes wrong. Something always goes wrong when you're on holiday. I mean, I've had it 2 or 3 times when pumps have stopped, or I've got an alert, this has gone too high, or that's gone too low, or so I didn't miss that part of it. But yeah, just the camaraderie of it all, and it's just I love it, mate. The passion's back, mate, badly. I'm good to get now, badly.
That is brilliant.
Matt, any plans?
I got the water change. I come back and there was a torch sideways in the sand, so that's come unstuck. So I'm gonna have to restick that.
Yeah.
My mimic don't look good, so I've sumped it. That looks like it could be on its last legs. I don't know why, so I need to look into that. And there's some markings on the tang. I'll show you, but not really sure what it is. And I'm a bit like, it's a bit.
What's that? The 2 black marks near the tail, yeah?
Yeah, like
stress spots or something.
Hang on.
It's not like fin rot or something like that, is it? Beginning of fin rot, maybe?
Well, hopefully not, because I wouldn't know where the hell. The last fish to go in was a tamarin a couple of weeks ago. I don't know. It was fine. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I'll do some water testing, do a water change. I might even pop to go and grab an ICP as well while I'm going out. Just odd, but I need to glue some coral down, settle the new coral in. But yeah, standard Sunday for me, and then salty banter this afternoon.
Yes, I'll talk about that in a second. Sorry, Lee. Anything planned this afternoon, tank related?
Yeah. I finally got my ICP back from Aquaforest on Thursday, but with that late at night, I didn't have time to do it. Then Friday we just ruined it. I didn't have time to do all. Same yesterday. So today I've got some trace elements to mix up to add to the tank. The water quality in the tank's nowhere near as bad as I thought it was. Got a couple of phosphate tests to do. I've been trying the new DIY lanthium that I got off eBay that Rob put me onto.
Okay.
So that's running through the sump. So I'm going to run an ICP test on that, get that posted out in the morning. But yeah, just traces, salty banter, and that's about it. I might even start piping up the new roller mat, or I'll probably clean it first.
Yeah, okay.
Because it is filthy.
Pretty good idea.
Lee, I'll send you a link to a company that makes replacement rolls for them at a quarter of the cost.
Oh, that'd be great. Because at the minute I'm still buying them from Fastlight, and it's like £100 for free.
You can't put Andrex in it, Lee. That's the problem.
I've tried it. It pulls off at things and you have to have a square. But it doesn't happen, when you lift float up, it doesn't happen, because it's such a nice rolling, slow motion. It really cleans well. It's really good.
I don't know about you cleaning your starfish, thank you. Josh, anything happening at all today, reefing related, other than this stream? Anything?
Reefing related, I need to still decide what rock I'm going to get, whether I go Carib Sea or I really want to try the Marco Purple. I think it looks really good. It's purple. Why not?
Don't do ceramic.
Yeah, mate. I'm not doing ceramic. I'm doing natural.
Never again, mate.
I'm doing natural. I think someone else I know is having an issue with ceramic rock, and they don't want to admit it to themselves. Might be watching this stream, maybe. But yeah, no, mate. I think. But yeah, mate.
Sorry, I had a nightmare with my DT with that.
It wasn't you I'm on about.
No, I know. I had.
Right, okay.
I had. Mate, I'll hold my hands up. That was definitely all for the aesthetics, not for the practicality.
But the thing is, now you're through that period.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but it was.
How many people would give up halfway through?
It was about 3 months. I thought that for
4 months. It's taken.
Yeah.
On a tiny little tank.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
See, I've got ceramic in mine, and mine came from the same place as Tom, and I've never had an issue at all. I have high phosphates, but I don't have algae at all. I've never had algae. I never suffered from it. Now, in the water box, that was full of hair algae for about 4 weeks. And I just keep pulling rockwork out, putting it in big tank for tanks to eat, and then putting it back. But, yeah, it's not. It's weird. I've never had an issue with it from ceramic rocks.
Mate, I've seen the most maddest different colours algae ever on this rock that I've never seen before.
Well, I have to agree with Steve Fox.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Oh, too right. But it's getting hold of it. That's
Can't
the
get
thing.
it though, can you? That's the thing, yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Vince
You're right.
Aquarium Connections got 850 kilos a couple of weeks ago, so he's got a good bit in.
Yeah.
I would beg, rob, pillage, steal, beg again for a little bit of all my reefing mates that's been sitting in there some donkeys to build a rockscape out of rather than buy a ceramic rockscape.
You could just, I don't know, I've done so many rockscapes over the years, you just can't never get it exactly how you want it with live rock.
I know, but then going through 4 months of what you've gone through,
True.
You know what I mean?
Mate, I think I'm going to try and do the dry rock again, but I'm going to stick it in with this rock in here. That rock's what, a good couple of years old now.
Yeah, it's fully
And it's going to sit in there for a couple of months first. And I'm going to every couple of days take a toothbrush to the surface of the rock in here, try and get some of the bacteria in that up off the rock, and hopefully it should speed the process up a little bit and make it a little bit more diverse quite quickly. So I'm hoping that'll work, but yeah, fingers crossed.
What I should have done was add some live rock to the ceramic. In hindsight,
That's what I did. That's what I did.
And
I put it in the sump. No, he sped it up a lot better.
Yeah.
But, yeah. My issue was I got a couple of frags and like an absolute tit, I just turned the lights on. And
that's what I thought. That's how I normally always do it, because I thought if
I'd burn them out. Well,
exactly that.
No,
opposite.
honestly, no word to lie. I was scrubbing it. I can remember like yesterday with a toothbrush off.
The day after.
No. By the time I'd got to the other end of the tank, maybe it's by just 9.5 foot, whatever. By the time I got to the other end, it had reattached itself, and it was starting to grow again.
I actually remember speaking to you about one. Yeah.
No,
Speaking of
pulling the air out over it.
Speaking of escapes, though, just thinking about it, the video you showed a bit back, Tom, of my old tank is the exact same scape as what I've got in the new tank.
Right.
You won't think it looking at the system.
Love to Reef, gentlemen. Who's going? Woody's asking. Yep, you're here.
Rodders is here.
He's going. It's close by for him. He can get the bus.
I'll be driving then. I'll be driving in about 3 weeks' time.
When's your you got to test it again?
No.
Oh, nice.
Straight on, mate. Straight in.
Nice.
Points are all gone as well.
Yeah, stop speeding. Not speed demon.
Right.
Are you going the Friday before then? Are you going the Green Man?
Yeah, staying, yeah.
You staying?
Room's booked. All done, mate.
Yeah.
I think Ben's booked his room as well.
Good. Yeah, do you need to tell Benji about fancy dress, please?
Well, he's watching the stream, so...
Yeah, Benji, fancy dress.
Do you want to see my fancy dress that I've ordered?
You what, Lee?
Do you want to see my fancy dress that I've ordered?
Is it safe for this channel at this time in the morning?
It's not a gimp suit, is it?
This is me, Tom. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm asking. Okay, nice. Okay, very good.
You've probably just pissed John Wright off because that's saying he'd turn up.
Looks like a John Wright shirt. Matt, you going, aren't you? You going with Maxine?
I will be going on the Saturday. I won't be going on the Friday.
Right, okay.
It's a kid weekend. It's a kid weekend for me, so I'll come down on the Saturday, but not on the Friday, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Have you got yours then, Tom?
Yeah, sorted. I've just got to get Kaz a ticket for Love to Reef. If she can get the day off on the Friday, she can find out. I think she can find out tomorrow when she goes back into work. It should be good. Yeah, Steve's saying he's booked. See everybody there. Yeah, looking forward to it. Right then, so this afternoon, as a couple you've already mentioned, Ron's got his usual crew on the Salty Banter.
Plenty of snizz, plenty of play.
There you go. And that's the link you need. And I believe it's 3 o'clock this afternoon, is it, gentlemen?
Yeah.
3 o'clock. If you want to join, that's the link to get on it. It is good fun. I'm going to try and make the effort this afternoon.
Josh, might be an idea. I would imagine that Ronald would probably try and get your tank tour and your new tank booked in to be first.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be good.
That will be.
For him if he wants it.
Are you going to document that stage by stage? You should do.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's part of it. Like I want it to be. Like I've got enough followers there. Like there's enough people who are going to see it. I want people to look at it and go, yeah, I can follow that step by step. Like a bit like BRS did that 52 weeks of reefing. It's not obviously going to be anywhere near as comprehensive as that, but just little things like how I'm going to literally set the tank up, how I'm going to make the scape, like things I'm just going to do, little steps going to take. So
that'd be really interesting to watch, mate.
Yeah. Right then, I'll wrap us up there. Thank you very much, Ian. Nice to see you again. Forgot what you look like. Yeah. Don't be a stranger. Matt, thanks for yesterday and thanks for this morning. Appreciate it. Leroy, you're a legend. Yeah, thanks, even if you're having a bad day with your tank, look at that video because that tank was amazing. You can do it, mate. Definitely.
Yes.
Bella. Josh, thank you very much again. Lovely to see you yesterday. Thanks for the support as always. And for those of you that are watching at home, please do give us a like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And we will see you Friday where we have a guest, Blaine from Top Shelf Aquatics. See you all then.
Awesome.
Take care.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
See you,
Have a good